but I'm gonna come down. I'm too high, so I feel I'm about to die. Hey, good morning, good afternoon, good evening, family. Welcome, welcome to the Mental House with me, your host, Khadijah. I'm not going to be on here long, family, because I'm out here planting. And but I just really had to address something before I forget, because y'all know how it go. And if I don't do stuff right away when I'm thinking, it can just be um, a dead moment. So Rita sent us an email, and because I did a video the other day about feelings and whatnot, and thank you for the kind words that you said. I want to acknowledge that first and foremost. But she asked a real sincere question. She asked, what is the difference? She said, I can't tell you know, what's the difference between having a feeling about something and when you consider it a disorder. And I was like, that's a good question. I certainly don't know the fracking answer. So what I did was I got in touch with the National Alliance for the Mentally Ill. And I wanted to hear what their technical perception was in terms of a disorder and a feeling. And so they sent me this article, and I'd like to share it with y'all, okay? With you all. All right, most people have experienced anxiety at some point. Running late for an important meeting, getting ready before a date, speaking publicly for the first time. Anxiety is within the scope of the human experience, okay? In fact, it is a perfectly normal reaction to a stressful situation. Okay, this fact is both positive and negative for people who live with anxiety conditions. It's beneficial because most people have some understanding of what anxiety feels like and may be more symptomatic to someone who experiences daily symptoms. But because anxiety is normalized, it can often be downplayed as a feeling everyone experiences rather than a serious health condition. For example, oh, I know exactly how you feel. I had a panic attack last week when I thought I lost my wallet. These comments can make individuals experience an actual anxiety disorder feel, dismissed. So it's important to learn the difference between anxiety, right, Rita, and the feeling, and anxiety, the condition, capitalization used for distinction. Okay. What does an anxiety disorder feel like? It is easy to assume that because we all experience anxiety, we have an idea of what living with anxiety might feel like. But that's just simply not the case. Experiencing anxiety includes being nervous or stressed out in situations that naturally create, those kind of feelings, like a job interview. Living with anxiety condition makes you feel overwhelmed, an overwhelming fear and distress, which is constantly in everyday situations, no matter what. You just feel turned up, as they say. There are many types of anxiety disorders, but they all share these symptoms. Okay, here's the emotional symptom: feelings of apprehensiveness or dread, feelings of tense and jumping, restlessness or irritability, anticipating the worst and being watchful for signs of danger. Those are all emotional. Physical: pounding or racing of the heart and the shortness of breath, upset stomach, sweating, tremors or tension, and twitches, headaches, fatigue, and insomnia, upset stomach, frequent urination, or diarrhea. A friend of mine who lives with anxiety once described her condition like this: imagine your mind as a typical four-burner stove at the top. At all times, there's a small pot at a rolling boil on the back burner. Damn, That's anxiety. Every possible thing you could ever be anxious about is floating around in this pot, churning all day long. And depending on what happens throughout the day, a thought can pop out of the pot and intrude your thinking. Oh God, did I lock the door? Then it goes back down. Oh yes, of course you did. Then the thoughts pop up. Why did why did my boss give me that look at the end of the day? Dave, you think he's put me on the list to be fired? Am I saying the right things? Do I look okay? Do I smell bad? The churn is just constant, 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 constant. So I can relate to that. I understand. Okay, sometimes we gotta do it in a way that we can feel it, because I've felt this before. If something goes wrong, the churn worsens, and a small pot might even be placed within the medium-sized pot. Even more water, more pressure, more thoughts. On days when anxiety is severe, a large pot will be slammed on a front burner. Your anxious thoughts taking center stage on the forefront of your mind. Panic attacks. Those feelings so many people joke about having. Here's what those feelings really feel like. Your heart beats with an increasing pace. Your chest tightens around the pounding of your heart, creating this painful tension. It hurts to breathe. You gasp for air as if trying in high altitude where oxygen is scarce. Your thoughts are racing as quickly as your heart is pounding. Your stomach is in knots. You actually feel nauseated, dizzy, and afraid. You feel trapped. You start to cry. And then you cry so hard that you give yourself a headache. All of this happens within minutes, but it feels like years. This is what it's like to experience anxiety disorder. There are 40 million Americans who deal with this on a regular basis. How to show sympathy. So, if you experience symptoms of anxiety, but never to this extent, be mindful of what these 40 million people may be going through. If a friend is having an anxiety attack, don't assume that you know exactly how she is feeling or undermine her struggle. Be understanding and supportive by consoling her in a way that is specific to her specific situation. Let's say she is having a panic attack after having a fight with her boyfriend or girlfriend. You may not understand why she is hyperventilating or rolled into a ball and crying her eyes out. You may even think she's overreacting, but remember that someone with anxiety cannot control this type of behavior. And it is a symptom of their mental illness. So the person needs your support. You can say something along the lines of, I know your feelings are very overwhelming right now or in this moment. I know you feel afraid that the pain and the problems with your significant other are never going to stop. But they will. You know, you will get through this. And you may even laugh about it later, a year from now. You know, this probably won't even matter. Just stay the course, baby. Just stay the course. The key is to say something soothing and calming while still acknowledging the person's pain. That's so important. You got to validate the person's pain. Sometimes it can make a world of difference just to validate the person's struggle. Even if you don't fully understand what they're going through, you can still validate them. You can be the person who makes someone feel accepted and supported during their darkest moments and difficult days in their life. All right. So thanks, Rita, and I'm hoping that kind of gives you a little gauge to go by. Okay. All right, y'all. If you like what you hear, please like, subscribe. Let me get back outside, and you guys have a wonderful day. Bye-bye. Hey, if you like what you hear, again, please like and subscribe. Share too. All right, bye.